Young people in South Africa are financially stressed and finding it difficult to meet their financial obligations. A survey conducted by research institute InfoQuest suggests that young consumers are feeling the financial pinch. The study has revealed that they are heavily indebted and increasing food prices are not helping because they add to the financial burden. To discuss this further, Trender Director Mukhorosi Mashilo joins us now. Thank you so much for your time this evening, Mr. Mashilo. Maybe just take us through some of those key findings from that survey.
Thank you. So we've conducted a survey from young South Africans aged 18 to 30 years old to find out, and we found out that they're finding it difficult to meet their financial obligations. And some of those difficulties lie within because they are heavily indebted. 40% of those have a personal loan from a financial institution, where 25% also have a loan from a family member, and the others have overdraft facilities. And what we've seen is they may have even more than one of these loans that they have to pay at the end of each month. When it comes to expenditure, we found out that 36% of these have said that they've had sometimes struggled over the past 12 months to even buy food and groceries. And out of those that have children in schools, 57% of those that have children in school, 32% say that they are struggling to pay their kids' tuition fees. And what we've also found is that people are starting to have what we call side hustles, which is the supplement of their monthly salaries with the side jobs that they have in order for them to meet their basic and daily financial needs.
I mean, of course, coupled with the high unemployment rate, this is actually quite concerning. But with the young people actually feeling that financial pinch, how can they improve their financial situation?
I think, firstly, most importantly, is financial wellness, where they are taught in terms of getting the right information on how to handle their money better. Because what happens is that even though you are getting a salary, you are so much in debt that you have nothing really left at the end of the month. So some debt relief will also be of good help in order to get them started again, in order for them to be able to make their money last longer during the month.
So I know you spoke about young people being in a lot of debt, but are we seeing that young people have more of maybe a spending culture than a saving culture, or are they just not earning enough?
Correct. So what we've uncovered is that because of this debt, they do not have enough at the end to actually save. So all this money is going to pay off loans and credit card, etc. And also these loans are not taken up to pay big or rather milestones in their financial lifestyle. It's actually going into everyday necessities that they find themselves in. And what we found is that even the higher income earners, 20,000 Rand plus income, actually have actually more debt than the less income earners. So I think it's not only a matter of salaries being little or a lot, but it's a matter of this debt and how do they manage it. And also considering that there is now these rising fuel prices as well as food prices, this also makes them feel that financial pinch even more.
Let's talk about government's role. Are they actually doing enough to support young professionals? Could they do more probably lower the personal income tax?
Correct. So I think that is a good question, and I believe government needs to step in and help out more, because whether it's a matter of the personal tax income, as you've suggested, as well as training, financial training, access to financial training for young for young South Africans, so that they know when they receive their first salaries how to handle it, because that is the issue there. When we conducted the survey, we found out that 18 to 24 of these young South Africans have more than 2 credit cards, which really needs government to step in and help young South Africans understand how to better handle money, and also give them leeway from a tax perspective in order to help them be able to afford their daily lifestyle.
Mr. Mashilo, I'm not sure if maybe you're able to elaborate more on what the consequences could be of a young person who finds themselves in a dire financial situation, not being able to make ends meet. You know, what could we see come out of that?
This really goes down and affects people on a social level as well. I mean, we've seen cases, for example, mental health. When someone cannot afford, when someone is in constant challenge of financial situation, families looking up to them. Because remember also, especially a lot of young South Africans also have to take money back to their families, and one cannot do that. It really does affect them mentally. And so that is one key issue. And as well, I mean, in order for young South Africans to be able to increase their wealth, to increase their equity, they need some level of relief from this debt. Otherwise, people will just be working and earning, but not seeing the real benefit or value of the money that they're earning.
Just lastly then, Mr. Mashilo, your advice to young people, young professionals that are about to start working, those who haven't built up any debt as of yet, but those who also have, who are still trying to overcome the challenges of their financial situation, what can you say to them?
I think what's important is as young South Africans, we need to understand that things do take time, and so rather save the little that you have, and rather buy that item maybe 5 months later or 8 months later, instead of taking the debt and having to pay high interest rates. So rather take time to save and wait for those things that you want than rushing in, because that's what leads a lot of people to debt, that instant gratification that we're always seeking for.
Thank you so much for your time and your insights this evening. That was Mokgorosi Mashilo, founder of Trenda. Now,